everyone! Today we're going to be doing a sea turtle. Follow along at home with whatever art materials you can find.
Okay, so we're going to get started by drawing the shell of our sea turtle, and we're going to start all the way over here, and we're going to draw using short little lines. I'm going to draw a large curved line. Okay, remember, if you can't get it perfect the first time, that's okay. Just do a few short little lines to create the shape that you want. Then I'm going to curve it on around, and it's going to kind of come almost to a point, like that, okay? Underneath here, we have the little tail, so it's just like the letter V to create like a little triangle tail. Back here, we're going to do the foot, the back foot. So I'm going to start right here where that point is, above it. I'm going to go and draw a short line like that. It's going to curve just a little bit up, back, and then curve it around, a little hook shape. It's going to come all the way back and touch the shell like that, okay? This back foot here is going to start not here, but way over here. I'm going to draw kind of like a backwards letter C, and then it's going to come down, little bump, little bumpy, and I'm going to curve it on around, barely making it on my paper. Okay, it's going to get a little bit bigger here, and then it's going to come next back to the shell right there. Okay, those are the back legs and the tail. Up here, I'm going to start not right here, but actually like almost right on top, the highest point of my seashell, or my sea turtle seashell. I'm going to start by drawing a curved line. It's going to lean forward, and it starts to loop around and lean back. And mine's going to actually go off the page, but I'll finish drawing it in case you have room on your paper. So it's going to go up, and it's going to curve back. It's pretty big in comparison to the back legs, kind of opposite of humans. Our arms are smaller than our legs. It's the opposite for sea turtles. And then you're going to hook it on around with a curved line like that, like the letter C. And then it's going to have a wavy line to connect back, and then it starts to bend back towards the shell like that. And I did a bumpy line. Okay, and up here, I'm going to start with the head. Now the head, I'm going to leave some space between that front leg over here and the head, and I'm going to start with a little dip for the back of the neck. Okay, that's the back of the neck, that little dip there. And then it's going to go up, bend across, it's going to come forward. Okay. And then it's going to go straight. I'm going to go off my paper again, yikes, onto the sheet, and it goes up just a little bit for the eye on the other side of the face, and then starts to angle down for the face. Angle down for the face right here, and it's going to kind of come to a point. We're going to actually start going straight back, short little lines, and it's going to start to curve down just a little bit, and then it's going to come kind of bend and level out there, and it comes up for the jaw and in for the neck, but it doesn't go back to the shell all the way. Okay, it's actually going to loop around, put the letter C right there. See that letter C we just did? C. Then it's going to come forward all the way here. Oops, I'm going way off my paper. Hopefully y'all will start smaller a little bit so you can fit yours all on your paper. It's going to curve around about that big, maybe a little bit bigger. And then we're going to loop around kind of like another letter C right there. And it's got a bumpy trail kind of on back to the body. I'm just kind of drawing like a wavy line, and then it's kind of wavy back into the shell, okay? Now, to do the details on our sea turtle, specifically the shell, follow along, okay? We're gonna start by drawing kind of like a square, but not quite a full square right here, right in between that top arm and the leg. Then we're gonna add another shape. They're kind of like squares, kind of like rectangles. They're not exactly perfect. These are like the scale type shapes on the seashell, or on the sea turtle shell. And we're gonna keep going. We're gonna do one more right here, just like that. Okay. Then we're gonna actually add, we're gonna hop over here, we're gonna add a little one right there, and we'll connect this corner here down, connect this corner here down to the side of that bottom shell there, or bottom scale there. We're gonna add a line that comes from where these two connect, goes over to the side. This one here, where these two connect, go over to the side. I'm kind of drawing curved lines to make it look like my shell is rounding over his back. Okay, here's where it can get a little tricky. I'm gonna add another little one right here, just like that. And another one like that. These are like little rectangles with rounded corners, and I'm continuing on alongside the edge here, all the way, and they start getting a little smaller up here as it gets farther and farther away from us. Okay, and then right here where these two meet, you're gonna draw a line that comes down, and we're gonna do the same thing right here. Goes wide and down. I'm kind of like skipping over every other one to get that, and we'll just do a line right here. Okay, now to do the face of our sea turtle, do the best you can. Remember, it's not gonna be perfect. We're not gonna see the whole sea turtle's face because it's turning. So I'm gonna start by separating the head from the neck with a series of lines, and that's gonna happen right here where this kind of hill is, where the head starts. So I'm gonna start by drawing kind of like a line down, and it's not a perfect line. This is the jaw, so it kind of comes up. I'm gonna add some other wrinkles on the neck like that. Okay, now right here where the other eye is on the other side, I'm gonna draw a straight line down, just like that. And then that line's gonna kind of come on back like that. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna draw right here where they meet, I'm gonna draw like a rainbow shape, like that. See that rainbow? Then I'm going to connect that rainbow to that bottom line, just like that. You can add a line here and a line here, and the pupil's gonna be right there in the middle, okay? Now we've got our sea turtle's eyes. Now we're gonna draw some scales. The scales that are on the forehead right here are really tiny, so I'm gonna just put a few circles, okay, right here to signify that they're really tiny, and they start to get a little bit bigger right here above the eye, like that. Okay, a little bit bigger there. And then they start to get a little smaller right here on the cheek. Okay, so I'm really just gonna put some dots so you can see it, but you should be drawing really small little circles right there and there. Okay, then all the scales on the legs are kind of like little round circles or squares. Okay, and I'm just gonna draw all those on just like this. Okay, so there we have our sea turtle. So now I'm gonna do the background. To draw my background, I'm gonna be adding some coral. Now to do my coral, I'm just doing like a really bumpy line, starting and kind of finishing at a random spot. So I'm gonna start right up here and bumping all up and down, waving in and out. And Remember, don't draw on top of your sea turtle. When you get to this point, hop over your sea turtle and finish it on out, like that. I'm gonna add some other types of sea life right here. Kind of like a little hill with a little oval on the end. I'm gonna draw one right here. Behind those. The top of one right here. Just part of that oval. I might even throw in some seaweed. It's gonna wave on back here. Hopping over my leg for the sea turtle. Drawing another one here. Like that. The curve on up and back down like that. Some seaweed. Maybe adding some seaweed in front of the coral right there. And maybe another one that waves on up and back down. Lots of seaweed, okay? And then way off in the distance here, I'm gonna actually have where the sand meets the water, like the horizon line, okay? All right, now I'm gonna paint it starting with the background first and work my way forward. Feel free to pause the video at any point in time. Okay everyone, so that's it for our sea turtle painting. I hope you enjoyed it. Post your artwork pictures in the comment below. I'd love to see what you created. Every day, I hope that you are reading, helping around the house, doing something creative, and getting outside and enjoying that fresh air. Have a wonderful week, and remember, kindness matters.